Hey guys, how's everything going? Welcome back to new market analysis. In case you guys don't know, what I'm doing is every week I'm recording a market analysis, show you guys what pairs I'm looking based on my strategy, which is a very simple for our system or for our setup that is extremely mechanical. And it's literally the same setup I used to get funded at the beginning of the year with more than 700K and also achieved very good payouts throughout this year. And I basically just go over each pair and see if I have pending orders, if I'm looking to take any trade, and also basically just showing you guys what I'm seeing in the markets so you guys can understand a bit more how I'm trading with the system. So let's get started real quick. I already checked a couple of pairs, but I haven't actually done a proper analysis, so we'll do it together right here. Okay, so first, let's start with AUD which is actually a losing trade that I took at the beginning of the week. It was completely valid. We actually got very close to our one-to-one to move stops to break even. In case you guys don't know, I moved stops to break even as soon as price reached my 0.5 FIB level. In this case, we were very close, but unfortunately, price never reached our level, so we never moved stops to break even and we got stopped out. But it was completely valid trade. Liquidity sweep, break of structure, fair value gap, all rolls in place. Now let's evaluate every other setup. So first, I see Euro NZD. Honestly, I'm not a huge fan of the fact that price is taking a lot of time to actually reach our entry. As you guys can see, it's basically already, since we did this low till this part, it's basically 8 days already. So over more than a week actually for price to retrace. But it's still valid, also understanding that we're bearish, as you guys can see. So I'm gonna wait and I'm gonna actually place an alert here to see if price actually keeps going up. Then USD CAD, I had this short, but price now broke structure one more time to the downside, so I'm deleting this one. As you guys can see, and you guys are going to see, I'm going to be updating my watch list with you guys together because price started doing some new break of structures. So I'm going to actually move this one from my setup section. If you guys are planning to get a Pro Firm challenge, I definitely recommend getting a Blueberry funded account right now because Blueberry funded gave me the biggest discount at this point. That is basically a 40% off on their challenges. If you guys, for example, see their website, they have a 30% off. You guys are going to see maybe in their Discord a 35% off. But with my code, which is R40, you're going to get a 40% off. And I'm going to, of course, explain the specific account I highly recommend for swing traders because I know most of you guys watching this video trade higher time frames like me. So I'm going to basically explain real quick. The account I always get is this one. For example, right now I have a 100K account, a 100K challenge on phase one that unfortunately we're in a bit of drought on. But of course, the idea is to pass this phase one, then pass phase two and get funded and secure our first payout with Blueberry funded. And the account I recommend is this one, the Prime account. This is basically the account right here. It's two-step account, very simple, max drawdown of 10%, daily drawdown of 4%. Phase one has a 8% profit target and phase two a 6%. There's no consistency role. There's no lot size restriction role. The roles basically for swing traders are amazing. You don't have any limitations with news tradings at all. And it's just very good in my opinion. I've been using Blueberry Funded since May 2025. So over a year already. And honestly, I just really like it. And if, for example, you guys click here, get funded, you guys are going to see basically how my discount works. So let's say, for example, you want the account I recommend, which is the Prime two-step. You select the 100K account here. Then platform MT5, if you want, of course, to select any add-ons, you select them. And in here, in this section, in the coupon code, you just basically write R40. As soon as you click apply, you guys are gonna see that immediately you're gonna get a 40% off on the account, which is just insane. So literally for a 100K account, a two-step account, you're getting a 100K account for just $390 instead of course, purchasing full price or for example, getting a 30% off, which is usually what they advertise on their website. And I understand maybe the R40 doesn't work on every account. So in case it doesn't work, for example, with any of these accounts, just change it to Rosal and you're gonna get the highest discount code for that account specifically. Let's say, for example, if hypothetically the synthetic account the R40 discount code doesn't work, just use Rosal and you're gonna get the highest discount for that account at this moment. And of course, you can get the highest ROI with that specific account. So I just wanted to let you guys know, of course. Now, wish me luck. Let's see if I can actually climb this account back at break even, taking maybe some of the trades that I just showed you guys. I'm going to show you in this rest of the video. And we'll see. We'll see if I can pass phase one, then pass phase two, and hopefully get funded and receive my first payout with them, right? Then we have EuroChef. As you guys can see here, I had this long, but price actually got very close to this or another kind of like valid long, but we basically got very close here from actually price tagging is in. And unfortunately, in this case, it was a missed trade and it already broke structure with body another time. So I'm deleting this one, as well as, of course, we basically got, like you can see in our price almost reach our entry here, but well, it is what it is. So I'm going to just remove this one from there and I'm just going to move it to here. Then we have NSET DCAT. As you guys can see here, I had this short, but initially I had it from here, from this low right there. I was basically waiting for this move, but price broke another time, so I gave it one more chance from this low, but unfortunately price just never reached or never retraced our entry, and then we broke structure one more time to the downside. So this is already overextended, so I'm going to just delete this trade opportunity from this section, just delete it from my watch list, right? So let me just move it to where NSET D is, to here. Then we have USD JPY. I had this long and still valid. Let's see if price actually goes down and maybe we can get tagged in here. I have an alert already. If price starts breaking structure with body closure and doing new structures like that, then this is going to be overextended and I'm going to delete that order or trade opportunity for sure. Then GBP/USD, I had this long right here. As you guys can see, price already broke structure. This is not the most strong break of structure, so I'm going to actually just basically drag my fib back here, and this for me is still valid. Why? We have a huge break of structure, right? We have huge fair value gap as well. The break is with body closure. This is the most recent range for me. This candle that goes up, breaks, and right away goes down. This for me is liquidity sweep. Actually, we go to the daily, we can see that instead of having a break of structure with body, we just have a sweep candle or a candle that doesn't breaks above this high. So that's why I still consider this range as the valid range with all this liquidity resting below these lows. That it will be actually interesting for price to, with a lot of momentum, come down, tag this in, and then basically ideally move to the upside to our expected direction. Then we have GBP/CHF that unfortunately this was a very, very close miss. It was actually very frustrating, bro, because I had this one, liquidity sweep, break of structure for value gap in the last video, if I'm not mistaken, or maybe on the video that I posted. I think it was like episode 38 of my 1 million funded challenge. I'm going to touch it right here most likely. I actually show you guys that I was waiting for this position right here. I also had this one right there, but I was kind of like dealing between both setups, and I actually chose this one. I placed my pending everything, and price was very close to tag me in, and then unfortunately it left us behind. But it was a very valid trade, and unfortunately it was a very close miss, guys. So I'm going to actually delete this trade idea because it happened. Now we broke structure. This move didn't take any liquidity, so I will not be interested in taking this long, just letting you guys know. So let me just move this one downwards where the GP is in my list, which is at the bottom. And then let's actually check the other kind of like pairs. So let's see AUD/USD. All right, so first AUD/USD, I had this opportunity that price left us behind and it already broke structure, so I'm deleting that one. I'm not interested in taking that. Then AUD/CHF, we have basically just a bullish market. I don't see any opportunities in there, so let's keep it. AUD/NZD, I have this one. I actually had this missed trade. Look at this, bro. So close. This candle with this momentum got very close. This was liquidity sweep, break of structure, the most recent range with this fair value gap in here. But unfortunately, price never reached our entry and it already broke structure. Now this is a new valid range from this low to this high, because this low actually grabbed liquidity. As you guys can see, we grabbed liquidity and then we broke structure with body closure. And then here's a fair value gap in the entire move. So it's valid. So I'll be waiting actually for price to maybe go down and basically get to our expected direction, which is 0.75 to tag this in. Then we have AUD/JPY, which is basically this pair right there that we had this news on July 30th. We came down with a lot of momentum, and now I'm just waiting for price to keep going up, kind of like retracing or reversing this entire high impact news move. But I'm not seeing any setup. So let's just move to the next one. USD/CHF. I just see this right here. I just see a consolidated market. So I'm not interested in taking anything. I don't see any clear ranges. Then we have USD CAD. Like I said, I had this one. price again broke structure. It's already too big. So maybe I will actually like to see some bullish opportunities to take some longs, of course, if there's setups presented based on my system. That again, you guys know I wait for liquidity sweep, break of structure, fair value gaps in the move, and then I drag, in this case, let's say for example, if it's a long position, I drag from the lowest point to the highest point, and I entered in the 0.75 fib, targeting a fixed 1 to 3 risk to reward, moving stops to break even to 1 to 1 when price reached to my 1 1. Basically, that's clearly simplified how the strategy works. Then Chef JPY, I had this one, so I'm going to actually basically drag this. We have liquidity sweep, we have a break of structure, we have fair value gap. This is actually valid, so I'm going to actually move this to my list. So that's actually a nice opportunity. Then we have Cat Chef, that basically we have this. I don't see any kind of like clear ranges aside from this one, but this range takes no liquidity or sweeps no liquidity, so I'm not interested in that one. Then we have Cat JPY, similar to Chef JPY, but I honestly like more the range from Chef JPY as well as this one. I don't know, this is just like a weak range, as you guys can see. It's like just both sides. The candle is kind of like odd for me, so I'm not interested in that one. Then we have Euro GBP. And in this case, I don't see anything aside from like this, but it's honestly weird. Like what I try to see, or what I try to kind of like explain to you guys, is I want to see a setup in the first 1, 2, 3 seconds as soon as I open a pair. If I don't see a setup right away, then most likely I'm just forcing a setup, right? If it takes me 10 seconds, 20 seconds to find an opportunity, I'm definitely forcing that opportunity. In this case, I don't see anything clear, so I'm just skipping that one for sure. Then we have Euro Chef. I don't see anything aside, of course, from this one. That was a very close miss, as you guys can see, from this low to this high. But then now we broke structure. It's a weak break of structure. We can see that we broke structure and then right away came down. And also this has no liquidity sweeps, no fair value gap, so no valid range for us. Euro JPY, I had this marked up, so I'm going to actually move it. It's similar to Chef JPY, and I do like this range. We can see that price with this candle with a lot of momentum came down. We swept all these lows, and then we broke structure, and we have what? A break of structure with body closure right there. So all rules are in place. So I'm going to just basically drag this to my list just here. Then we have Euro USD. Let's see what's going on there. We actually had this one. I didn't take it, just being honest. It was a risk-free trade, as you guys can see. But the reason why I didn't take it is mainly because I'm not a huge fan of trades where price breaks structure with just one candle and right away the next candle after breaking structure comes down, because for me that's just a clear liquidity sweep. It doesn't look like a liquidity sweep in the 4-hour time frame, but again, if we go to the daily, we can see that price just came up and swept that low and no candle actually closed above this highs. So it's just for me a clear indication of price sweeping or taking liquidity, maybe going or wanting to go to taking this low right there. So that's why I decided to avoid that setup. It was a risk-free trade in case you guys decided to take it, but I'm not interested in that position anymore. Now that, of course, it was a break-even trade. Then we have Euro AUD. I don't see anything in there, so let's just skip that. Then we have Euro CAD. Nothing, as you guys can see. We skip that and set the USD. I just see a consolidated market, as you guys can see. No ranges. I would like price or to go above this and maybe create a range to go up, or the above scenario just going down. But I need to see a range created before actually I decided to involve in this consolidated market. Then inset the CAD. Let me see. I don't see anything in there. Honestly, nothing. I just see two equal lows in here. So maybe price just wants to take them. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Then inset the chef. That as we can see, let me see. Well, I don't see anything. I just see basically a barcode price action, a horrible price action. So I'm skipping that one for sure. And set the JPY. I had this one that is similar basically to the two I just saved, which is Chef JPY and Euro JPY. Then I'm going to also move this one upwards. I'm not going to take all those three. Of course, I'm going to take maybe two or even one because they're correlated. And I honestly am not very confident, or I'm not very comfortable of taking three correlated setups, because if they all lose, then it's three losses. And I just want to minimize the risk of failure or the risk of ruin that my system has, considering that I'm taking multiple and trading multiple pairs. But again, same idea, just liquidity sweep, break of structure, and fair value gap. So all rules in place, right? So that was a set the JPY, and we already checked and set the chef. I'm pretty sure we did. Yeah, we did. So let's jump to GBP Chef. Now we basically had this opportunity that I already showed you guys that it was a very close miss. Unfortunately, we actually had a bunch of misses, and the only one that tagged it in, which was AUD CAD, it was a losing trade, but it's all good. Just how probabilities distribute across each other. And well, that was a close miss. Now this one has no liquidity sweep, so I'm not interested in taking that long. Then GBP AUD. Honestly, I don't see anything. We can argue that this is basically valid, but again, same idea. Look at how long price has taken from kind of like reaching our entry, basically from this low, from this high to this. It's basically almost 10 days. Almost 10 days from price to consolidating and trying this, and already price got very close, filled the entire fair value gap, and moved to my one-to-one risk reward. That's exactly when I consider that the move I was expecting happened already. So in this case, I just delete the order. But just letting you guys know, I had this pending order at the beginning of the week for sure, and actually at the end of last week. Then GP CAD, we don't have anything, just being honest. We basically had this long position right here. So this is actually still valid. I'm not joking. It's actually valid. The reason why I don't like it is mainly because we have high, low. That's basically how I see it. High, low, then high, low, high, low, high. As you guys can see, the new most recent range is actually this one. Not this long, it's actually this one. That's the way I kind of like try to see the market, so that I'm taking the most recent range. So for me, this is just already a very forced setup and a very long setup as well. So I'm not taking that long. Also considering that it's taking a lot to kind of like get to my point. So I'm just gonna leave that. If I'm interested in something, I'll be taking this one for sure. That honestly, I don't mind taking that short. So I'm going to actually move this to the upside, from like to my watch list, because it's not a bad trade at all. Like it's actually a valid trade for sure. So then GPJPY and simple and straightforward, similar to the other JPY pairs. I'm not interested in taking that because I prefer the other ones for sure. I'm going to delete that one, and that's basically all the list, guys. That's all I'm seeing for this week. I hope you guys find it interesting. I hope you guys, of course, do your market analysis. This is not a financial advice, so make sure before taking any setups that I just show you guys, any of these positions that I'm seeing right now on my watch list, please make sure that you guys have proper data already tested, that you guys have kind of like go over this system thoroughly through back testing, and you guys have your numbers and metrics clear before, of course, executing this on a live account or on a pro firm, etc. At least that's what I'm seeing for this week. I hope you guys like this market analysis, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.